And look at this tiny little propeller behind me. I wonder what that's for. Oh, and in front of me, this. Just the Odyssey of the Seas, you know, just a normal day. Hey everybody, just to be clear, this video was recorded last summer in 2020. It is now 2021. I'm fully aware of that, and I just wanted to get that out of the way because I could already see what would be in the comments if I didn't say something about it. Enjoy. We're back on the road. It is the summer of road trips 2020. You know what's going on in the world, and so we're trying to see as many cool things that we can see in a car or getting there in a car. And if you've been following this series, I visited some smaller German amusement parks and roadside attractions. We also did fly to Paris to visit Disneyland Paris, and today we're going to see cruise ships being built. The Meyer Werft Shipyard is about a 2.5 hour drive from where we live in northern Germany, and I've never been there. And so many amazing ships that I've cruised on, and I know a lot of you have cruised on, have been built there. Ships from Disney, ships from Royal Caribbean, ships from Norwegian, AIDA, so many ships. And actually, at the moment, the Odyssey of the Seas is being built there, and a ship from Disney. They have a visitor center with sort of like a museum, and you also get views into the gigantic building where they are putting these vessels together. I'm really looking forward to being there. And if you're interested in roller coasters and theme parks, tomorrow we're going to Walibi, Holland, which was used to be a Six Flags park here in Europe. And they have some really cool roller coasters as well, something I'm really looking forward to. But first of all, cruise ships. We're getting really close, and if you look around, it's so weird. I mean, it's like flat farmland here. And then there, at the end of this road, is where some of the biggest cruise ships in the world have been built. Look at that. There's just a huge chunk of cruise ship right here in the parking lot. Wow. It looks just like when you're gonna be boarding a ship. Oh, I wish I was boarding a ship. Just to be clear, this is not some private thing that we got invited to. Anybody can visit the Meyer Werft. When we were there, of course you had to book your tickets in advance, but we had no problems getting tickets for our weekend, and it only cost 12 euros. The first part of the self-guided tour is very museum-like, with a lot of blueprints on the walls, small video displays, and very detailed models of just about every, if not every, modern ship that has been built inside this facility. Along the way, there are also 3 small movie theaters that show the history of the location, some of the biggest achievements, and the very precarious act of getting the ships out of the factory and across the German countryside into the ocean. This diagram here on the wall shows the different steps of putting a ship together. So you start with just a normal flat piece of steel, and then you put the profile on it, and then panels, and then the walls go on it, and then there's like the pipes and things like that. Then another prefab part goes on it. Then it's flipped over, and then another piece put on top of it, and then they're all put together, and then they're put into the ship like that, just like a puzzle. There it is, the Odyssey of the Seas. This is what we've been waiting for. This is just a big chunk out of the middle of it. And it's so weird to see a piece of a cruise ship inside. You know, you're not used to seeing like a roof over the top of a cruise ship. You know what I mean? And I don't know how much more view we're gonna get of it, but this is already so cool. If you look down here, these are also sections of some ship. I don't know if they belong to the Odyssey or one of the other ships that's being built here right now, but like, you know what I mean? It looks like they're building a skyscraper here, but that's part of a ship that's gonna be welded together bit by bit, like on that diagram I just showed you. And then it floats in the ocean and goes all around the world. This really gives you an idea of how huge this all is. I mean, not just the ship. See those people down there? That's like down at the bottom of the ship. And then that's where the cabins begin. And it goes all the way up there. And then there's still a roof over the top of it. This is going to be hard to get a good picture of because of the glass here, but look. It's a cruise cabin. This is, it just says like here, an example of a cabin on Norwegian Cruise Line. So it doesn't say what ship this was made for, and several of the bigger NCL ships have been built here, but, oh, I just want to actually be there right now. Look, a Morgan-approved bathroom door. And we would be, like, this is what it would be like if we were out on the balcony right now. So if I go back here, you can see, like, here's the balcony. I would be floating in the middle of the air right now. But shh, you guys, don't tell people I can do that. And let's see what's over here. Oh, this is a Royal Caribbean cabin. Oh, yes. It looks a little bit smaller than the one for Norwegian, doesn't it? I like the colors of these new cabins. This reminds me of my cabin, or my cabins on Harmony of the Seas and on Quantum of the Seas or Anthem of the Seas. The colors are a little bit more modern. It doesn't seem too flashy, but it still doesn't seem so old school. Like when I look back at the videos of when we were on the Legend of the Seas and the Mariner of the Seas and stuff like that, that seemed a little outdated even at the time. Actually, I'm back here now in front of the NCL one, and when I go back and forth, they do seem to be about the same size. This one doesn't seem that much bigger than the Royal Caribbean one. There's more cabins here. I wonder what ship it could be from. Oh, yeah. Actually, I think the cabin that we had on the Disney Dream, our most recent cruise in January, was bigger than this. I don't know, but you guys have obviously noticed that I'm not good at judging things like that. But yeah, there's all the Disney details. If you want to see what one of these cabins looks like in real life inside, follow the link in the description below. This here is a cabin from AIDA Cruises. AIDA is the German brand of Carnival, and I have that on one AIDA ship. I'll try to remember to link that in the description below as well. It seems very bright, doesn't it? But I like it. It's bright and airy. Doesn't seem too flashy, but it has a nice energy. Like this seems, sort of like more like a tropical vacation. And the Royal Caribbean one, although I like the colors and design, it seems a little more like a sophisticated Las Vegas hotel, you know what I mean? And look at this tiny little propeller behind me. I wonder what that's for. Oh, and in front of me, this. Just the Odyssey of the Seas, just a normal day. That is big. You can just imagine something this size under the water, spinning around so quickly, turning fish into soup. There's the back of the Odyssey of the Seas over here, so you can sort of recognize that shape from the other in the Quantum class. Wow. Someday, I'll be on there. This down here looks more like the ruins of a ship, doesn't it? Than the start of a ship. But you can see the round windows there and the entrances there going in and out. And it looks like it's already been taken apart, but it's actually getting put together. This is a good view looking at the cross section of these gigantic pieces of steel. all welded together. I mean, just imagine how much that weighs. And then the fact that thousands of people get on it and it floats out into the middle of the ocean. Do you guys get creeped out by that sometimes too? That is the part of one of the newer AIDA ships out there in the bay. And this is the big building that we were just in where the Odyssey of the Seas is. And now we're going into another building over here across this also very cruise port looking bridge.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
Look at all that space. And it seems to me like it hasn't been that long since they took a ship out of here, because you can see it's still kind of wet down there. And what they have to do is they flood this whole thing with water to get the ships out. Isn't that crazy? And over there is the Spirit of Adventure from Saga Cruise Lines. And I have to be honest, I've never heard of that cruise lines before. One of the guides in the museum or the visitor center told us that that ship will also be brought down the river out to the ocean soon. But in comparison to how they usually do it, at the moment, they can't write the day in the newspaper because they don't want to encourage that people come together. But she said it will be happening soon. And then that's also like a wonder of engineering and maneuvering, because the ships have to go through several really small like passageways to get out to the ocean, where there's like literally less than 3 feet on each side, I think is what they said. And they showed us a video of it in several multimedia presentations that are shown in there. And you just watch it and you think, how can a cruise ship really fit through there? Actually, you can see it right here. Hold on, I'll show you. So this here, that is actually where so many famous ships have started their journeys on the water. That bridge is taken out, and then they're pulled by tugboats backwards down the entire river out to the ocean. This is the side of the big building where the Odyssey of the Seas. That's hard to say. Odyssey of the Seas is in, and when parts of it are finished, then they open this door, and this bridge gets taken out, and then they're moved out into the bay, like that piece of the AIDA ship right there.
So hold me tight through the night.
Well, that was definitely worth the drive out here and waiting in the very warm sun today. Not complaining, but it's hot. And as I stand here with this gigantic chunk of cruise ship from AIDA behind me, I just can only again say that, just like you, I'm so looking forward to getting back on a cruise ship, to experiencing everything about what it means to be on a cruise, the smells, the tastes, the sights, the sounds. I literally miss everything about it, as I'm sure you do as well. And, you know, at the moment, we can just wait and do our best to stay healthy and make sure everybody else stays healthy, and be patient and do what I've been doing lately, and that's going back and watching, you know, looking at old vacation photos or old vacation videos, you know, like so many of the things that I've done in the last couple of years are all online, and I've been going back to watch those again, and maybe some of it will interest you too. So make sure you come over to the Sunday sofa time and we can relive some memories together. Like I said, tomorrow we are going to be in a big amusement park called Wallaby. Marcus keeps calling it Wally World. Wally World. Hopefully there's not a moose out front. See you soon.